It's time for Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Now let's have some fun. Here is your host, Johnny Radio.
Yo. Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a wet Tuesday out there in the Mid-South. We do have a national champion, and that natty, it belongs to UConn. Dan Hurley's boys did it again. It's their second dead gum championship, back-to-back. This is a team that has not lost in the last 2 years a single NCAA tournament game, but has also won every single one of them by at least 13 points. Talk about a hell of a run. That's 12 straight NCAA tournament wins by 13 or more points. That is ridiculous. This is also a team, by the way. I don't know if you remember. They lost their top two scorers last year. They lost 5 dudes who actually put in a little time. And look what this team has done. Dan Hurley is the man. You got to say that this run by UConn is ridiculous. And yes, back-to-back hasn't been done since the Gator boys did it. That was back in 2007. They also, by the way, let's also remember, that Gator team came back almost fully intact. Like, they had Noah. They had all their boys. Them Gator boys came back. They did it back-to-back. To do it 2 different styles, 2 different teams, this is just so damn impressive. You got to say UConn's a blue blood. And it's kind of simple because do you realize that UConn, do you know how many national championship titles that UConn has since 1996?
6.
Do you know how many championships that team called Kentucky has since 1996?
I don't know.
1.
Oh, how about that?
So you have UConn with 6. Kentucky with 1. Who'd you think I said?
Oh, you said Kansas.
No, yes. Kentucky's the one that's an open job.
Right.
Like, that's the job that everybody, me included, me yesterday even saying, Kentucky, you make Dan Hurley say 4 times till before you go talk to somebody else. Again.
He's already said no once, so we just need 3 more times, John.
Yes, and he laughed it off even this morning in another little interview.
Oh, so 2 times.
He's got 2 in,
All
right? He also
so
said, talk to his wife.
That's right.
She really likes, the Jersey Shore. Mm-hmm. She's a big Snooki. Who are some of the other Jersey Shores?
I couldn't tell you.
I know Snooki was in that joint.
I can tell you.
Y'all remember the Jersey Shore, right? Like, I didn't even watch the Jersey Shore, but I knew a lot
DJ
about
Pauly D. John.
DJ Pauly.
Right.
Like, they just love the Jersey Shore. So, Dan Hurley is, by the way, was making $4.5 million less than what John was last year. I'm pretty sure that UConn's going to bump up his salary pretty nice. They might even go as high as $7.5 million. I don't think they're going to go much higher than that. It wouldn't be probably the 10 that Kentucky's trying to drop on somebody. But if you're a Jersey dude and your wife's a Jersey gal and you love the Jersey Shore, you're a Northeast guy, the place fits you. You have everything seems like it's just pushing daisies for Dan Hurley. And when you look at your program with 6 national championships since 1996, and you look at Kentucky, and yeah, Kentucky is a blue blood. It feels like one. It feels like it. But when you look at the reality, man, I don't know if it's actually been living up. Cal brought a lot of cachet. But let's not forget the Gillespie years, the end of the Tubby era. Rick Pitino left, and it was high and mighty, and Tubby got that championship off his team. But since then, realistically, they've been very good. They've been putting a lot of players in the NBA. They just hadn't been winning championships. I mean, UConn won in 99, 04, 11, 14, and then 23, and now this year in 2024. That's getting it done. And yesterday I'm sitting there saying it's Kentucky, it's Kentucky, it's Kentucky. And I guess, after I got off the air, talked to a couple Kentucky fans who were a little over the top for me. And it is usually like that. Somebody who annoys you, and you're like, man, I got to go look some stuff up so I can go and annoy the hell out of them. I was getting a little Lexington tongue lashing yesterday about how you can't turn down the Kentucky job.
Right. Oh, yeah.
This is the job in college basketball. And at first I was kind of like, yeah, man, it's Kentucky. They're in the SEC. Booyah when it comes to financial support for their basketball program in a SEC football conference. This is a team that focuses even more on their basketball program. Even though Mark Stoops is doing a great job, they put their energy, their time, their passion is into Kentucky basketball. But right down the street in the same state, there's this place called Louisville. And do you remember some of the names that turned down the Louisville job because of what it meant to be the Louisville basketball coach? Because it is a circus. And it will be a circus in Lexington as well. Kentucky hoops is huge. But there's a lot of politicians, there's a lot of politicianing and going out there and kissing babies and shaking hands and meeting boosters and talking to people, and it's just it's a squeeze. You're not just the basketball coach that's expected to win every single damn time you get on the floor. You're also expected to be meeting the boosters, talking to all the people, shaking all the hands, kissing babies, and doing all the things that come with being that coach. So, I'm wondering now, after listening to Dan Hurley and actually just getting so annoyed by a few Kentucky people, how great of a job is this? Don't get me wrong, it is a damn good job for the right person. It is a damn good job for the right person. But Cal, who's brought in lottery picks left and right, and this is Cal's issue, the last 5 years hadn't done jack. Their title in 2012, got to give it to Plastic Man Anthony Davis. They've had some Final Four runs, 4 of them. But how great is Kentucky? I mean, Duke's a blue blood. I mean, you still got to tip your cap to them. Of course, North Carolina. I mean, Kentucky is a blue blood. But damn it, right now the best program in college hoops is UConn. And if you're the ACC right now, have you made that call to bring their ass out the Big East and say, hey, I know you like things that are going on in the Big East, but this thing is moving to 4. The Pac-12 is dead. It is going to be 4 super conferences. The SEC and the Big Ten right now are full. Come on and join the ACC. Get out that basketball-only BS. You don't think that would be appeasing to a university which could get 10 times the amount of money that they're getting right now by joining the ACC?
Me?
You made a very funny look.
Well, because you kind of care about football, and so.
Oh, I know they don't care about football, but they care about dollars.
Right, but I mean, if they cared that much, they would have stayed. They would have went to the ACC 10 years ago. I mean, when everyone else went to the ACC,
you have to think about.
Big East.
You have to think about what we're talking about here. Think about look at the Big East dollars compared to what the Big Ten, the SEC, ACC, and Big 12 are going to get. If you want to continue to compete in the future,
right?
This is cute what the Big East is doing. They've won back-to-back national championships.
Right.
But in 10 years, when NIL has even grown more,
right.
You're telling me that they're still going to be able to pay the type of players that they're getting when they're making $50 million a year less than the other universities?
I just don't know if a super conference would take UConn football. And maybe if they're in a conference, maybe they
Dude,
have to take them.
it's the ACC.
Right,
Do you know
but-
who's in the ACC when it comes to football?
But who's about to be out of the ACC? John, Florida State's leaving the first chance they get. So is Clemson. So is North Carolina. So is Miami.
Yes.
I mean, they're all
Well,
leaving.
no, they're not.
The
They
ACC is
haven't
going to
gone
be
yet.
SMU and Cal and Stanford and
that's
Memphis.
why the
I mean,
ACC right now needs to jump on 100%. They need to go out there and try to get UConn. Look, Notre Dame is somebody you have to allure if you're the ACC.
absolutely.
I don't know if it'll ever happen, but you need to go out there, and if you need to make these calls.
Yeah, they've got Notre Dame's got spot in
If
Big
the
Ten and
ACC doesn't
SEC.
do this, by the way, and start bringing in new blood and feeling that they can turn the corner with the Wake Forest and the Virginia Techs and get some power football over there, then they're going to end up like the Pac-12, and then we're only going to have 3, and that's going to suck.
I think that's where we're heading.
And I don't give a damn about the Big East when it comes to the Big East Conference because that's just a basketball conference, and it's UConn who runs that joint.
I think if UConn
You wouldn't want to, like, UConn, North Carolina, Duke, Virginia, same basketball conference, maybe very average, mediocre football, but you're still part of you still have a guaranteed spot. The winner of the ACC still gets into the college football playoffs. Like, that is so much money. That's what I'm saying. You have to go out that, and the ACC has to do forward thinking. They have to be able to say that, hey, we are still part of that Power Four because they want those checks. Because the college football playoffs expanding to 12, and you having a seat at that table, bar none. Who wins the ACC gets a shot in the 12. It's a fact. I mean, it's in the language. So why wouldn't you right now try to go be proactive, especially when you have, like you said, Florida State, who is 100% trying to do everything they can to get their ass out. Miami's, let me think. But man, bring in a UConn. You got to build up their football program, but don't you have to build up Duke's football program, Virginia's, Pittsburgh's, Boston College's, NC State's? I mean, this ain't power football, but it's got power football money, and things could change. And I'm just telling you, it is a hell of a run that UConn's going on, but in 10 years, if UConn stays in the Big East, the divide between the dollars is going to be so great that how are they going to continue to compete? And if the ACC does not figure out how to hang the hell on, Sankey and them boys are going to go ahead and neuter them. Snip, snip.
Sure are.
Castrate them and send them on. I'm just saying, I don't know. After looking at Kentucky and just feeling yesterday that they can go out and steal Nate Oates. Like, why would Nate Oates not want to go to Kentucky? It's a football school, Alabama. That's football and a basketball school now. They made their first Final Four. He's from Birmingham. Like, Alabama might be in his blood. But going to Kentucky, there's a lot more pressure at Kentucky. I mean, Kalen DeBoer has so much more pressure than Nate Oates. Nate Oates goes to Kentucky. Nate Oates is like basically bigger. Who's the governor of Kentucky? I don't know.
Kentucky, John.
I have no idea, but I guarantee you would. Every single person in that state and around the country would know who the coach of Kentucky basketball is.
Andy Bashir.
Oh, I didn't really need the answer. I would have no idea who the hell that man is.
I don't even know if I pronounced his name right, John.
Hey,
From
it
Louisville.
sounded good.
Sure.
But the ACC needs to go get UConn now. Dan Hurley, I think he's probably just going to stay. He got himself a fat raise last night. He's a Jersey native. His wife's from there. They love the Jersey Shore. And Kentucky being the good job that it is and the money that it's going to pay, I'm starting to wonder, is this going to be like, because remember after Tubby was gone, they opened up every single door and they're like talking to everybody and their grandmother and they ended up with Billy Gillespie.
So now that you don't think the opening is as enticing as you thought yesterday at this time, who is your short list now of coaching candidates?
I mean, the Jay Wright thing seems now asinine.
Yeah, that was crazy from the jump. I mean, talk
Listen.
about being an arrogant fan base that you're going to go out and get Jay freaking Wright to be your coach.
Look, I fell right into the category yesterday. I mean, so Sunday, it's late. Everybody's been drunk on watching Caitlin Clark in Iowa and South Carolina. By the way, I got some numbers from that game that are going to blow your freaking head away.
Good. I love numbers.
You're going to freak out. About 12 o'clock, me and you will get into this. Oh, yes, by the way, our buddy David Cobb, who joins us at 11:30 on Tuesdays, cannot join us.
Hate that.
He's got to go to the little doctor. Hope everything's all right. No, everything's all right. He's just doing a little, whatever checkup.
Yearly
thingy.
checkup, John?
Yeah, I need to get that done, but I can't even get a doctor. I don't like my old doctor.
Hey, your business.
Yeah, man, but I'm telling her right now, I'm not going to say that doctor's name, but I told that doctor last time I was there that you can do something, blah, blah, blah.
Huh. Sounds like a great relationship.
Yeah, no, it's not a good one, so I'm looking for a new one. If you're a good doctor out there and you want somebody who's extremely nice, compassionate, caring, forward-thinking, who will listen to you, reach out on the Sissy's Log Cabin and listener and text line 901-360-8255 and get me in. I need a checkup.
I love that. You just sold yourself like you were the doctor.
No.
You were selling yourself as a patient.
I'm selling myself
to
as a
a
patient.
doctor.
It's difficult.
Like the other way around.
This is crazy. I can't believe I'm bringing this up now. I'm so sorry I got sidetracked, but I've reached out to like 4 doctors. And you'll get their nurse, and they're like, "Oh, well, he's not really taking any new patients."
Do you give them the spiel? Well, let me tell you. Do they want a caring, compassionate patient that's going to listen to them?
Well, what do you mean you're not taking? So what
You're
do
a
people
doctor.
do? Call 4 damn doctors. Oh, I'm sorry, we're not
Wow.
taking new patients.
That's too bad.
Man, back to Kentucky. I apologize. No David Cobb. Back to the whole situation with the job. The Jay Wright thing, though, Kentucky's absolutely asinine. The pressure that you would put on yourself. And yes, $10 million is a lot of money, but he has a cush job just sitting there in his nice suit looking like fly and spitting out knowledge, and everybody loves him as an analyst, He's beloved no matter what he does. He wins every night. He doesn't lose ever. He gets to tell other coaches what they should be doing. He's not leaving that. The Bruce Pearl, would Bruce want to? I mean, Auburn is a crazy-ass fan base as it is. But what does Bruce want to do? Sleep with every SEC fan base? I mean, he's already been to Tennessee. He's now in Auburn. What's he going to go up to? I mean, my man's 64 years. How much has he got left in the tank?
That's a good question.
And then the Nate Oates situation. Would he really want to? I mean, did you see Nate Oates' extension?
Yeah, I sure did.
You feel like that university really likes you, don't you?
No, you absolutely
Feel good, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And your fan base loves you. Cal literally left and took the Arkansas job because he didn't feel the love. The fan base had turned on him. Hell, his athletic director, when they had to, after they lost, did you see that presser? That looked like the most forced thing. That's like two people who needed to get divorced 5 years ago, and they're still trying to show up like they're a couple.
That's right.
For the kids. The kids can see you hate each other. Mm-hmm. Just go ahead and cut the cord. Stop it. You actually might become friends after you go ahead and, Splitsville. But Cal left because he went to a place that a fan base in Arkansas that is now excited, elated, and loves him. He gets a standing ovation in every single restaurant he walks in. Mm-hmm. People at Kentucky were taking shots at him for walking his dog in a baby carriage. Did you know he did that?
That was one of the greatest videos I've ever seen, John. I mean, seeing him, first off, dog wasn't even in the stroller. It had gotten down, unless he had 2 dogs. Couldn't see if there were 2 dogs. But yeah, he's pushing a stroller, very clearly a dog stroller, which very popular now. You just
got
take
a dog
walk.
stroller.
Do you really?
Yeah, we got a little 2.5 pound Chihuahua that can't walk with the other dogs, so we push.
So you put it there in the thing. There is a lady in Melinda's neighborhood that I'll see all the time, and she has this pink stroller that her little dog sits in, and the dog just sitting there, and she's just walking it. I'm like, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Chloe's stroller is pink as well.
That's great. I love that.
That's why Chas pushes the stroller.
And you don't, because you can't be seen with a...
No, it's all right. I'm down with pink. It's one of my favorite colors.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
I love that. It's one of my favorite colors. I wore a pink shirt yesterday, and I don't think you saw it because I wore a hoodie all day.
Well, we survived the solar eclipse yesterday.
Damn right we did.
Kentucky fans are... I'm kind of getting a little bit worried. Somebody's going to make a lot of money. I just don't know if they're going to have to ask 6, 7, 8 different coaches before they finally get a yes. Which yesterday I was thinking to myself, who wouldn't want to take that job with all those resources, all that money? You're the biggest star in Lexington, Kentucky. Things are cheap in Kentucky, by the way.
Sure are. What about Scott Drew, John?
Well, that makes sense. Because again, Baylor is not a blue blood.
Right.
Did they win? Look, Scott Drew's awesome.
I do love Scott Drew.
But Baylor, what the hell? You know what I mean? Baylor, it's not, damn. I still think Art Briles.
And, here's the thing with Scott Drew that maybe some people aren't thinking about. I understand money's a big thing, but he built that Baylor program. He came in.
Have you ever been to Waco?
I've not.
That's where David Koresh and all the stuff went crazy. Do you even know that is?
That's right. Yes, I do know that. But, remember, Scott Drew came in and right after a Baylor player killed his teammate. And
true,
they were at the bottom. Nobody wanted that job.
Again, that's what I'm just saying. Baylor is one of those places that I'm just like, what the hell you going to do in Waco, bro?
Coach basketball, John, and watch basketball, and I guess football.
And like you said, there's just a cloud over Baylor, always.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he wants to jump. Obviously, Kentucky's a bigger name. You're in the SEC, more money. I'm sure Kentucky, out of spite, all their boosters would come together and you would have much more NIL money than you have at Baylor. I'm sure they would try to get as close as they can to what Arkansas is going to give John Calipari. I think it'd be a good deal for Scott Drew at Kentucky, but you also got to go back to that. Who wants to follow John Calipari?
This is that, but this is the thing. Scott Drew doesn't take it. Then what are you doing rehabilitating Will Wade? Who wouldn't take that Kentucky over McNeese State? But that's what I'm saying is this is 6, 7 down your list. This is not one of the guys that you're like, oh yeah.
One supposedly, I think it was David Cobb yesterday that said Greg Sankey doesn't want Will Wade back in the SEC right now because he still has some restrictions, things that he has to go through. I think this is the last year of that. He wants all of that through before he gets an SEC job and comes back so that he doesn't have, Greg Sankey doesn't have to deal with that blowback of that. So, who knows?
A lot of crazy stuff going on in the coaching world. College basketball, it's come, it's gone. UConn cuts down the nets. 12 straight NCAA tournament games going back to last year, won by 13 or more points.
You know who
we haven't even really talked about the game.
No.
We'll do that a little bit later.
Well, it was a blowout.
Yeah, it was just an ass whipping. It was
a 15-point game that really felt like 25.
It felt like Purdue didn't have a shot, and you know what? And a lot of Zach Edey's points is when. Let's be real. I'll give him this first 7 minutes of that ball game. Zach Edey was a beast.
It's a sneaky 37.
Went then 11 minutes of playing time without scoring.
That's right.
And then when they got down so much, they just backed off of him and let him dunk every time he went down because, hey, man, we're up 15.
Well, everyone was in foul trouble at that point.
And everybody, Klingen's got 4. Everybody's got 4 fouls. So, man, it was I can't believe it, man. The UConn-Iowa game was more entertaining for me to watch, and that's the women's game.
Yeah.
On Friday night.
Yeah.
Than the Natty Championship was. Oh. And I had a hell of a lot more money on UConn, and I felt good about my bet, and I love winning.
Yeah.
But it wasn't very entertaining. I wasn't sweating it.
Sure. I had UConn and the under last night, and it was neither were a sweat. So the first 3 minutes sitting there watching the under, going, "Ooh boy."
Shoot, at halftime it was still almost 140.
Was it really? See, I got it at 143 before the game started. After 3 minutes, it shot up to 148 and a half. I doubled down.
It does it every time. I always say if you're taking the under, you always wait till in line because the very, very beginning of the game, it's going to shoot up real quick. For some reason, it does it. I've been watching this all year long.
That's weird.
And I've been pounding that joint. Under.
John, you mentioned the last 2 NCAA tournaments, they've won every game by 13 or more points. Do you know who the 13 points was? It only happened once in the NCAA tournament. Do you know who that 13 points was? The closest team, the team who has kept it the closest with UConn over the last 2 tournaments. Do you know who it is?
It wasn't this year.
It won this year. Your former producer would love this answer. He actually was the one that texted me this answer, if that helps. That kind of
Texas Tech?
No.
Oh, that's the only reason.
Think of the team, not a team he played for, but only has alliances to because he is a major fan for some reason, for some stupid reason.
I have no clue.
The U-John, Miami.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I should have known that last year, the Miami game.
It is the Final Four game against Miami.
Before they beat San Diego State's
right.
ass. We got to take a quick timeout. Zach Boyd's going to join us. We got to talk about what's going on in the NBA. Everybody, we're going to talk a little more college football at 12 o'clock. We got Hardwood because it feels so good. Couple bets. We're going to talk some baseball, but we're switching up gears. We got to put our basketball hats, and I'm talking about our NBA caps on.
That.
Don't touch the dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Is your home screaming for an upgrade? Listen closely because Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing is about to make your day. First up, say goodbye to cold showers and hello to endless hot water with our tankless water heater upgrade. Not only does it save space and energy, but it also keeps the hot water flowing exactly when you need it. And here's the kicker. Switch from your old tank to a sleek, efficient tankless water heater now, and Choates will hand you a $500 credit. Yep, you heard that right. $500 back in your pocket. But wait, there's more. Clogged drains are a hassle no homeowner wants to deal with. With Choate's special offer, get your drains cleared for just $93 or it's absolutely free. That's our guarantee to make it drain or you don't pay a dime. So why wait? Call Choates today at 347-8086 or visit us online at choateshvac.com. And remember, Choates, let our family serve your family.
Make your next grill your last with a Big Green Egg. Smoke, bake, roast, sear, and grill, all with a lifetime warranty. Save money on fuel, eating out, and replacing expensive grills that cannot match the flavor of the Big Green Egg. Ready to cook in only 10 to 15 minutes with temperatures below 200, above 700, and anywhere in between with ease. Change your at-home cooking experience for life. Go to shop.biggreenegg.com.
This is hard to believe, but the Hyundai Santa Fe is actually better? I know, that's crazy, isn't it? The 2024 Santa Fe is new, top to bottom, and even better than before. It's almost as big as the Palisade, so roomy, and now it's got a standard third row. Everybody's clamoring for that. And it's the best SUV when it comes to the ride than ever before. You know how with SUVs you love it because you're sitting high, but you don't get that luxury kind of ride like a sedan? You do with the 2024 Santa Fe. It's the best riding SUV ever, and it's quiet. It's the ultimate family car. All you've got to do to be sold is to test drive it. The people at Homer Skelton Hyundai are saying, come try it. You'll love it. Homer Skelton Hyundai, right at the corner of Highway 78 and Craft Road. First exit in Mississippi. Go see the ultimate SUV, the 2024 Santa Fe.
You watch sports. You listen to sports. Now let's talk sports. Are you a huge sports fan with always something to say but only a few listeners? Well, not anymore, because Sports 56 is opening the airwaves overnight. From 12 midnight till 6 a.m. for people like you to talk sports during your own 1-hour radio talk show on Sports After Dark. That means for 1 hour, you can tell us what's really on your mind regarding sports. Your favorite sports team, your favorite player, discuss pre-games, post-games, all games. Let's talk. Orientation is required. Interested applicants must contact the podcast center at gmail.com or call 901-468-3097. That's the podcast center at gmail.com or 901-468-3097. Amateur and professional talk show hosts encouraged to apply.
Required orientation is Saturday, April 13th, or you can take it online.
Grizz Nation, get loud for your Memphis Grizzlies when they host LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers this Friday at 7 p.m. Don't miss this Western Conference showdown live at FedEx Forum. Get your tickets today at Grizzlies.com.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. It is a wet Tuesday, but that's cool with me, man. Rain today, rain tomorrow. Just don't rain this weekend. And whatever you do, don't rain on 420 or 419, because 419, I'm going to the Runaway Grooms at the Shell. But on 420, it's World Wing Fest, bro. Like, where are you going to be? Where are you going to be? I hope you know you're going to be down at River Garden Park, right there on Riverside Drive, because it's the 22nd annual World Championship Hot Wing Contest and Festival. And yes, I said festival. Yes, like there's going to be 2 stages, bands on both stages. There's going to be a wing eating contest. There's going to be over 60 teams competing for over $10,000 in cash prizes. The teams that have been in the World Cup Series are going to be competing for $25,000 in cash prizes. It's going to be a hell of an event. That's April 20th, 420. You might smell a little lettuce. The cool thing about this, though, every single dollar goes to the Ronald McDonald House. If you don't know what the Ronald McDonald House is, I think it is one of the greatest charities around. St. Jude in Memphis is so crucial because it fights pediatric cancer. Like that's... And they don't charge anything. They just are out there putting in that work. Well, there's kids from all over the country that come here to get the treatment that they need. Well, these families might not have the money to afford hotels and come and stay with their children. Ronald McDonald House puts their families up so that these kids who are going through the treatment at St. Jude can be with the people that love them the most. And kids need that. Like, I'm a big fan of the Ronald McDonald House. You can help out the Ronald McDonald House by going to worldwingfest.com, purchasing some tickets. You can get them from $15 all the way up to $150. $15 tickets are just general admission. You get in there, you listen to the music, you go up and talk to the teams, you eat some wings, you have a lot of fun, you mingle. The $150 ones are VIP. That means you get to hang out with me, T-Money, Uncle Brasky, Pretty Chris, Red. And it's going to be filled with Tito's, the best spirit around. It's going to be catered. And again, all the proceeds go to the Ronald McDonald House. 420, set your calendar. Go to worldwingfest.com. Get your tickets now. And if you text 901-360-8255, 901-360-8255, I'm going to give a pair of tickets to the World Wing Fest away absolutely free. The thing is, if you win, just make sure you tell a couple of your friends, hey, I'm going to the World Wing Fest. You need to get your tickets. Go to worldwingfest.com again and help out the Ronald McDonald House. Now it's time to bring in my good buddy, Zach Boyd. Zach, what's up, homie?
What's happening, Johnny?
Man, just watched a little Natty last night. Have to say, first half was more entertaining. I was happy because, again, I had UConn.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I already was counting my money. Like, I knew in that second half, Dan Hurley's the greatest coach when it comes to making adjustments. Braden Smith and the guards that I talked about the whole time were too small and not athletic enough to go and guard the UConn's big guards. The size advantage was huge. And yes, you have Edey in there, but Clingan 7'2", and Edey, you could tell, was frustrated because he hadn't had to face somebody basically his own size. He got his points. He got him in garbage time at the very end, and he got him at the very, very beginning of the game. Mm-hmm. But the in-between, he didn't do nothing. And I ain't talking about halftime. I'm talking about the final. There was an 11-minute stretch of like game time where he did not score a field goal. He had a couple free throws.
Right.
But he didn't put the ball in the hole himself. So, like, it felt very anticlimactic. But, dude, when you have a UConn team that's won 12 straight NCAA tournament games by 13 or more points, I guess that kind of dominant performance does feel anticlimactic.
In a sense, but, you knew in this, whenever I think the biggest the wild card is like how Clingan and Zach Edey was going to match up. because in a sense, I wouldn't say they're two different styles of how they play, but obviously Zach Edey is the more traditional big, back to the basket, kind of post you down, jump hooks and whatever. And Clingan is more the modern, close to the modern big man, being able to step out, pass the ball from the high post, set hard screens, roll to the basket in a sense. So I was kind of curious to see how that was going to take place. I kind of knew UConn guards was going to handle Purdue guards. Like I just knew that.
I mean,
the
you
jump.
didn't get anything from Kaufman. Braden Smith. By the way, Edey scored 37 points, had 10 boards. The second most productive player was Braden Smith, who didn't have that great of a game. He's your point guard. He's your everything. He did hit 3 free throws. He hit 1 3, had a couple buckets, had 12 points. I mean, it was a quiet game from him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you only scored 60 points. That means you take Edey away.
Take his 37 away.
The rest of the entire team scored 23 points because UConn is the most defensive. Like, they are, man, Castle's locking everybody up. Clingan, you send it to the bench, he'll block, shots. Newton's underrated. I mean, like, they just can throw bodies at you, and they play hella good as a team. Like, they're just suffocating.
Now I will say this too. Like Purdue played really good this year. They were a really good team this year. But the question that I had with them last year was the same question I had with them this year. Is can they get enough offensive scoring from the outside to open up Zach Edey down low in the paint? And they have, like I told Bryant basically an hour ago, like they did enough throughout the tournament that you clearly saw that they were the better team. You knew that you throw the ball down low to Zach Edey, he's going to take care of the rest. Like you kind of knew, like, okay, cool. Like Purdue, they're going to move. They're going to go far because of Zach Edey. They're not going to win the championship because of Zach Edey. The only way Purdue was going to win that championship is if all of their guards had like prolific shooting nights. Had a prolific shooting night last night, and that didn't happen. No. Obviously, part of that is the UConn defense.
They didn't need to double Edey. He wasn't finding wide open shots. Even Matt Painter said at the halftime, we're not getting open looks and we're not hitting any threes. They at the end of the game, he was like, we had to get something from the outside, and we didn't. There was only one thing that they could do, and that was go into the paint with Edey.
And then on top of that, they don't have a legit threat on the perimeter either. Like I tweeted out during the game. I said if Carson Edwards, former Purdue point guard, if Carson Edwards was playing with this current version of Zach Edey, Purdue would be a problem. Because Carson Edwards was a flamethrower, and especially that run in 2019 where he was just he lit up Tennessee and almost lit up Virginia by himself. Like you add Zach Edey with him on this current team, it would have been a problem. I think it would have been a much closer game, a little more competitive, because then at that point you have an offensive threat to pair with Zach Edey, and you could bounce it back and forth, and the defense can focus their attention on those two guys, which opens up the offense for a Braden Smith and a Gillis to knock down wide open shots. But they don't have that. They relied heavily on Zach Edey, which got them the number 1 seed, which that got them far to the championship game, but it wasn't enough against a really, really good defense, especially a defense in UConn when they are rotating their 5 guards in and out of the game.
Yeah, they were definitely. I mean, and then Edey has to play the whole game. That's another thing. I mean, the dude's got to be tired.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Gillis and Colvin and just like Heidi. There's the 3 guys that came off the bench for them. By the way, that Heidi guy, did you see that dunk he had last night?
Yeah, that was nasty.
Crazy.
Did you?
He caught it off the bounce.
That was.
Didn't know you could do that.
That looked like some Grant Hill stuff from back in the day. Like that was weird. I was like, where did Heidi come from?
Crazy.
That was sneaky athletic.
That was, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, that was the only 2 points he scored in that game, which is even funnier.
Good for him. It's one to remember forever.
I was gonna say that was the loudest 2 points of the game.
Lock in that highlight, man. You're gonna put that on repeat. Give me multiple angles.
That's right.
Give me some of the audio on the court and just lock it in, man. But No, like I think overall you just kind of knew once UConn kind of stretched out its legs a little bit, and it was like, okay, like they're gonna take over. And sure enough, that was the case because they were knocking down shots, they were moving the ball. Mind you, UConn's offense is so good.
Well, it's because
Their
they can carve you
offensive
up
sets are
anyway.
so good.
Like they can carve you up anyway. Like you defend this way, they got this set to run against you. And that's the thing about Dan Hurley. Like his team is the most well-coached team in the country. Like out of every timeout, did you notice throughout the entire tournament, go back to the last 12 games, they score on every possession and they run something that is just, it seems so damn simple. They get the easiest look.
Yes.
You saw like last night, like Tristan Newton, Purdue freaks out, calls a timeout after they score and hit the three and cut it close. Dan comes out at the timeout, easiest thing, runs this little action, bing, bang, boom. Newton's getting a layup at the rim because they moved Edey out of the paint. It was like, damn, that dude is just good.
Poetry in motion. I was low-key jealous.
I will say, man, the one thing is, Dan Hurley also, one of the things he said last night that I was thinking about, when he was asked about, how do you get these guys to play your style and listen, he's like, we go out there and we recruit pros that are going to be pros, but that come in and want to play as a team.
Mm-hmm.
And that has got to be one of the most difficult things to do in the me age with NIL. You heard Grant Nelson the day after the Alabama got knocked out, right? Did you hear that?
No, I didn't catch what he said.
Grant Nelson's like, yeah, I hope, I'm hoping that the NBA, I hope that I get good news. Like I hope I go into the NBA draft and they, come out of this workout and they say that, I'm going to be a first round pick. That's what I hope. And then he said, and he goes, but if I'm not, he's like, I really sure hope that Alabama, does everything they can to bring me back. Basically letting them know, you better fill my bag.
I got a price.
I got a number.
It comes in yesterday's price.
I totally get it.
It's not today.
And by the way, I totally get that. I mean, hell, if there was a opportunity for me to make $1 million, or I have no idea what these kids are now going for, like the numbers you are in football, then the numbers in basketball, and again, it's just I get that
5 figures, 6 figures, it don't matter. Like that bag is the bag, regardless.
Bag's the bag, and I get it and I understand it, but I will say, for Dan to be able to bring in the kind of guy, especially 2 years in a row. Again, you lose your number 1 and number 2 guys last year. You lose 5 total off that team, and then you just rebuild. And then again, you're even better the next year than you were. I think this team's even better than last year's team,
which is crazy to think about. Because Jordan Hawkins last year was a
damn fool.
He was a hooper. Like Sanogo was a force.
He was a beast, full-grown man. Man, I don't know, man.
UConn gonna be a problem, man.
And then I just wanted to ask you one other thing. We got to take a break because I got to talk NBA. It's time to put my NBA cap on because this is kind of weird. The Grizzlies this year being so bad and the situations that's been going on with them. Christmas Day is usually when I start paying attention to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
After Christmas, man, once, the dead gum, like you just kind of keeping your eye because of the Grizzlies.
Right.
And it keeps you keeping an eye on the NBA.
Right.
Man, when the Grizzlies went, and when everything went south, all I've been focused on is college basketball. And hell, I picked up women's college basketball. So I really need to put my NBA cap on. So on the other time, you're going to have to fill me in, and I got to start watching tons of games. Good thing we got a lot of games to discuss. But last but not least, on college basketball, how good is the Kentucky job? Yesterday, I was thinking to myself, damn, man, Kentucky just go get Dan Hurley. One was the reason I was looking at it is because, again, $4.5 million talks. That's a lot of money.
Oh, for sure.
But he's going to get a hella bump. And, yeah, he might, maybe if he did go to Kentucky, he'd make $2.5 million more. But he's from Jersey. He loves Jersey Shore. His wife's from Jersey. He just won 2 natties. UConn has won 6 since 1996. Kentucky's won 1.
Yeah. So he's not going nowhere.
So this,
in my mind.
Yeah, I don't think they can get him. The crazy delusion that I felt on Sunday night and Monday morning before I got off this air was, hell, you could entice Jay Wright. You could grab Nate Oates, Bruce Pearl. Like I'm talking like think, and then I started to like really look at that job because so many Kentucky fans annoyed me yesterday, and I went back and looked, and I'm like, damn man, who are you really going to replace him with? Like you got to deal with Big Blue Nation.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of forgot already about how Louisville struggled to get the person they want because of all the handshaking and baby kissing you have to do to be the Louisville coach. Well, it's that on steroids at Kentucky.
Yeah. It's kind of hard, man. Like because you know, in my mind, I'm thinking like, in years past, if the Kentucky job is open, Mark Few, you could say in reason, like he could leave Gonzaga and go to Kentucky.
I would never leave a place that what is it now? 8 straight Sweet 16s,
something like that.
9.
9? Is it 9? I mean, I that was a while ago. It might be. I mean, 9 straight Sweet 16s in 24 years consecutively to make the NCAA tournament. I don't know if Mark Few feels like this is a guy who will retire as Zag and go down as the greatest Zag coach in the history of the world.
Here we go. 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021. There was no tournament in 2020. 2019, 2018, 2017, 16, 15. So, yeah, 9 in a row.
9 in a freaking row.
Yeah.
9.
Would have been 10 if we had played the 2020 tournament.
I mean, hell, Kentucky got beat up by, like, Goki in Oakland.
Yeah.
Jack,
by the way, one final moment. Did y'all watch?
Oh, man, I got to watch One Shining Moment.
One shining moment. I waited. I'm like, man, get y'all's one shining moment, man.
One final moment is the like Tubi version of it. It's like the knockoff version of it.
But the names, the big dollar names is really not a lot out there. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what, you know, Will Wade at McNeese is going to do. Like, I mean,
if you're Will Wade, you leave McNeese.
You leave.
Do they really want Will Wade?
That's the only thing. Like, do the Kentucky boosters and the Kentucky fans will accept Will Wade? I mean, he had a great part. He had a really good.
He can coach his tail off.
He can coach, but will they accept that?
If he's winning, they will.
Because you're not taking Izzo away from Michigan State. You're not. I don't think you're taking Tommy Lloyd away from Arizona after back-to-back seasons in the tournament. Especially this one's a deep run. Hubert's not leaving North Carolina. Shire's definitely not leaving Duke because he got grandfathered in by Coach K. I mean, so it's going to have to be one of these big name assistants. Probably Billy Donovan. That's the only name that actually makes sense to me. Is Billy Donovan leaving the
Well, that's okay. I would leave the Bulls right now too.
Because their situation right now is
terrible.
It doesn't make sense at the moment.
I actually that would be like a lifeline. I think that's the best one. I said him yesterday, and then I already forgot about it.
Billy Donovan has turned down the Kentucky job twice in the past, though. So let's remember that he was an assistant there.
Third time's the charm, Brian. Come on now.
Like, very good point.
Third time's the charm.
That's right.
He knows his time in Chicago is almost up.
Yeah.
So you might as well get a job while you're at it.
I feel like the Bulls are mad at like the Brooklyn Nets for not being good enough to pass them in the damn play-in game.
But then again, Brooklyn wasn't good, so that's why.
That is true. Well, we need. Oh God, we got.
Yeah, we said we were going to take a break 5 minutes ago.
We already got NBA on the other side. Don't touch that out. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Visit Frontier Western Store today for new shirts and boots. Frontier is your top Carhartt store in the Mid-South. There's thousands of in-stock shirts and jeans. They have the classic K87 pocket tee in every color they make, including new ones just released. Available small to 4X. Want new jeans? Frontier has you covered with super tough work denim by Carhartt. And you've got to check out their selection of Ariat jeans for men, women, and children. You'll love how easy it is to find the size and style you need. Have you seen Frontier's remodeled world-famous boot showroom? It continues to expand. New styles by Ariat just arrived, plus plenty of in-stock proven classics too. Whether you need work or dress boots, trust that Frontier's the place to come. See thousands of pairs of Ariat boots and thousands more by Dan Post, Corral, Durango, Rocky, Twisted X, and others. And Frontier's pricing is lower than online and chain stores, so you know just the local shop to visit. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Locally owned and operated since 1967.
Hi, it's The Herd. Whether you shower in the morning or at night, chances are you want to hop in right away instead of standing and waiting while your water heats up. My friends at Navien have your solution. Go tankless with a new Navien tankless water heater. You'll instantly get all the hot water you need as long as you need it. Right now, save hundreds on Navien tankless water heaters with local rebates. It's easy. Visit tanklessmadesimple.com. That's tanklessmadesimple.com.
Fill your spring with brilliant style at Sissy's Log Cabin. From the latest designer trends to one-of-a-kind pieces to exquisite diamonds, you'll find the joy you need for a stylish spring while enjoying the Sissy's promise of unmatched quality, service, and selection. Experience Sissy's for yourself when you stop by any of our 6 locations or shop online at sissyslogcabin.com. Create the style of your dreams only at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out all day long with Bryant Dacus. And right now we're joined with Zach Boyd. We've been talking a lot of college hoops today. Kentucky feels screwed right now. Wright, Hurley, Oates all turned down the job. People turning it down left and right. Who are they really going to go get? They got lots of money, a lot of pressure. But right now UConn is the darling of college basketball. We got to switch gears though, man. The NBA season is almost over. Playoffs, the real season's about to start. But we still got a few games, like the Grizzlies play the Spurs tonight at the house. There will be at FedEx Forum. And Victor Wembanyama is coming to town. Grizzlies, are you ready to go check out Scottie Pippen Jr.? Zach, I got a question for you. As well as Scottie Pippen Jr. is playing, how do they keep him on this roster?
He's still on a two-way.
No, I'm talking about next year.
Oh, next year? Like,
yeah.
Put him on the main roster?
Like, how? Yeah, is this a guy that you want to keep?
I mean, I definitely want to keep him. I think the moment he stepped in around January, like he has really been a player for the Grizzlies. Really been a gem to find. How they're gonna do it? I mean, you got to wait and see on Derrick Rose.
Got to cut Zaire.
If that's the case, we got to see what they want to do with LaRavia. I mean, there is a pathway, but as of right now, because he is on the two-way, you kind of prefer him just kind of leave him on the two-way before you start elevating him up to the main roster. But he has, in my mind, he has earned that right to be on the main roster if and when he gets the chance to or not.
Well, they're playing the Spurs tonight. Spurs are only a 4.5-point favorite. You know I'm a gambling man.
You taking the Grizzlies?
Man, how the hell? Like, no.
You taking the Grizzlies?
I'm just saying, I'm a gambling man. I don't feel comfortable either way about this game at all. Like, maybe the under.
What's the over under?
214, I believe. Let me pull it up. I think it's 214.
It's gonna be a lot of threes put up in this game. I can see that. It's gonna be a lot of threes.
216.5.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of threes tonight.
It's going up.
216.5. Oof. I don't know, man. I didn't want to touch that one. Now, there's a very important game this weekend. Or actually tonight. And it has to do with that Bucks team. What happened to the Bucks, man? They were better with Adrian Griffin.
They don't have an identity.
Do you know how many games they've lost in the last 7?
Like 6.
They are, exactly. They've
like
lost
6
of their last 7 games. Their lone win came against an Atlanta Hawks team that's not very good.
Yeah, it's not.
They're in, I think, the 10 spot. They're in the last spot of the play-in game in the East. Yeah, man, like, what happened to Giannis and Dame being great together? Doc's going to bring in this defense. How did everything go so south? Are we going to start to sour on Doc?
They don't have an identity. Like, I think trading, like, and this is the
I said trading Chris Middleton was dumb because he was their best defensive player.
No, trading for Dame hurt their depth because that's how they became NBA champion, because they had the depth and the defense to do so.
And they had to get rid of Middleton, who was their lockdown defender on all. No,
Middleton's still on the team.
I mean, not Middleton. Damn it! I'm talking about freaking over with Boston, Drew Holiday.
Drew.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about the sharpshooter, Chris Middleton. I must be. That edible is working too fast.
But yeah, they don't have an identity. They're struggling to find it. Obviously, a whole year, you play basketball in pretty much an entire year, and you're still struggling to find some consistency. That kind of lets me know that you can be easily get bounced in the first round of NBA playoffs. But we'll see what their matchup is.
The Bucks and Celtics play tonight. I kind of feel like, I know it's in Milwaukee. Do you think if you're Boston, you don't want to go in there? You don't think Holiday wants to go in there and pimp slap a little?
Yes. You take Boston. Don't think twice about it.
And Chris Middleton, who I am thinking about the Bucks, he's a game time decision. He might not even play tonight.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm telling you, I love the Boston night, and that's where I'm putting all my money. Take Boston minus the 2.5. You're going to get rich. Zach, I appreciate all your time. Make sure you're listening to them 7 to 11 here every day, and be blessed out there, brother.
Oh, likewise, man.
Man, we are going to come back on the other side. I got to give you some crazy numbers on the national championship game, but for the women. Who do you think had more eyeballs on it? Last night's championship game or the women's?
Women's.
Damn right. I got some crazy numbers. Plus, we got to talk a little NBA, some baseball, and we got Hardwood at 12:30 because it feels so good. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Lunatic is in my head.
Are you aware? It's patio season. Family Leisure sure is. That's why they have factory direct pricing on swimming pools, spas, and even, yes, patio furniture. Yes, sir. It's indeed patio season. So come by Family Leisure and check out all the brand new 2024 patio furniture sets. And with patio season here, you know that pool season will be here before you even know it. So buy now to get in line for your pool installation and get preseason pricing. Plus, you could save $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, even up to $5,000 on all spas and swim spas. Family Leisure has got special pricing on all in-stock saunas, theater seating, pool tables, and even outdoor kitchens. I love it when it's patio season because of all the fantastic deals that Family Leisure makes available just for you. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Is your home screaming for an upgrade? Listen closely because Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing is about to make your day. First up, say goodbye to cold showers and hello to endless hot water with our tankless water heater upgrade. Not only does it save space and energy, but it also keeps the hot water flowing exactly when you need it. And here's the kicker. Switch from your old tank to a sleek, efficient tankless water heater now, and Choate's will hand you a $500 credit. Yep, you heard that right. $500 back in your pocket. But wait, there's more. Clogged drains are a hassle no homeowner wants to deal with. With Choate's special offer, get your drains cleared for just $93 or it's absolutely free. That's our guarantee to make it drain or you don't pay a dime. So why wait? Call Choate's today at 347-8086 or visit us online at choateshvac.com. And remember, Choate's, let our family serve your family.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Hi, everybody. It's The Herd. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business and evolving your passions. They push what technology can do so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hi, folks. Bob Burkheimer for Sunrise Buick GMC Truck. What a great time to buy a new or used car or truck and save money at Sunrise. The largest selection in over a year, over 500 new Buicks and GMCs to choose from, an $8 million used car inventory. See them all at sunrisememphis.com. Factory rebates up to $6,000 and Sunrise discounts high as $10,000. Immediate financing available with loans low as 0% on select models. Cars and trucks under $10,000. When it comes to selection and savings, it doesn't get any better than this, partner. Come on in and save some money at Sunrise. Covington, Pike, Wolf Chase, and Collierville.
Listen each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and join Ottawild Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It is a wet Tuesday out there. We do have a national champion. We also now get to look forward to the Masters. Do you know who has the most green jackets, Bryant Dacus?
I do not know.
It's not Tiger Woods. He's got 5 of them.
Wow.
He's got 5. Jack has a record 6 green jackets.
I was going to say Jack.
But guess what? Guess. Tiger today said he still feels like he has one more in him.
Okay.
He's going to try and catch Jack.
That's great.
Now, he's not going to catch Jack in the majors because Jack has 18 majors. Tiger only has 15.
Wow.
Remember when Tiger was rolling, didn't you feel like it was a foregone conclusion he was going to catch Jack?
Felt like it, yeah.
He was rolling.
Sure was.
Keep rolling. But man, no, yeah, and Tiger, you know, his last championship, wasn't that 2019, I believe?
I think that's right.
Yeah, man, I don't know, dude. I don't think my man's going to make it, bro. Don't think he's going to make it yet. It was the 2019 Masters was his last major win. And since then, you know what's happened, don't you?
He's been plagued with injuries.
Yes, and also had that really bad accident and things of that nature. So, yeah, not a very good thing, but we do have the Masters coming up, and we'll probably talk a little bit about this week. We also have got to talk a lot of NBA, but I need to get to what is now actually something that people can talk about on the radio and not even worry about because it's popular. Like right now, who's the most popular sports star in the world?
Caitlin Clark, John.
I mean, I can't argue with you. I would like to argue and say there's no way that the biggest sports star athlete in the world would ever be a woman. Please, stop. If you would have told me this just like a month ago, I would have told you that you literally need to have your head examined.
She had a big commercial last night during the national championship game.
Didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
What'd she do?
I don't know what it was for. I don't even really remember it. I remember watching it, but I don't remember what it was for. But it was just like her, and it was like the whole season. It was like highlights and stuff of her, and then some brand or whatever, maybe like Nike or whatever her brand deal is going to be.
Well, she's big, and I will say this is crazy because I couldn't believe I saw this. So Sunday's South Carolina, Iowa NCAA Women's National Championship game, mind you, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Sunday. It drew more ratings since any basketball game since 2019. And when I say any basketball game, I'm talking about college. I'm talking about the NBA. I'm talking about men. I'm talking about women. The last rating of a basketball game that beat this Sunday's Women's National Championship was the Virginia-Texas Tech Men's National Championship on CBS back in 2019.
Wow.
This is the largest non-football TV audience since the 2022 World Cup.
Wow.
Final, by the way, the final.
Sure.
It outdrew all the college football games in 2023 except for 4 of them. It's outdrawn it had more viewers for every single World Series game since Game 7 of the 2019 World Series.
Wow.
It passed every NBA Finals game since Game 5 of the 2017 NBA Finals. Dude, that to me is insane.
That is insane.
The NBA Finals, I did not realize how many people don't like the NBA. Like, damn, bro. Like, you got more eyeballs on women's college basketball right now than the NBA. You got more eyeballs on men's March Madness than you do come close to the NBA Finals.
Right.
How the hell they paying them so damn much money?
Good question.
If nobody's watching these games? I mean, damn. I mean, the NBA game. Oh, by the way, it's more viewers since every single Daytona 500. You have to go back to 2005. No, sorry, 2006.
Wow.
And it's drawn more eyeballs than every single Masters final round since 2001.
Is that right?
Since 2001, and I'm talking about the final round, the crescendo of the entire tournament.
That's crazy.
So is Caitlin Clark the biggest basketball star on planet Earth right now?
I would say yes, and I was wrong. It was a State Farm ad last night.
Is she the new Jake?
She's been in a handful of commercials, but last night was...
Bro, Jake's going to lose his job to a woman.
No, I don't think Jake's losing his job. But last night was literally, it was just like highlights, and the commercial was called Covering Greatness. So.
Oh, so like they're covering her greatness?
Sure.
And they're covering your house and things like that.
Bingo.
I got you. But yeah, man, I don't know. For me, I'm sorry. This is just absolutely crazy. I said the numbers were going to be big. Again, don't forget, you had over 15 million eyeballs on the UConn-Iowa game as well.
Mm-hmm.
And did you know the WNBA team, and I can't believe I forgot it, I think they're the Aces.
Okay.
Is it the Las Vegas Aces?
You're absolutely right. That is the Las Vegas Aces.
They won the championship last year?
They sure did.
So they're playing the team this year with the first pick, which happens to be
Right.
Caitlin Clark.
Uh-huh.
And they're not any good because they have the first pick. But guess what the Aces did? They've scheduled and booked a 20,000 seat arena instead of playing in their normal home arena for that game against Caitlin Clark.
Really?
Yep, they've already done it. The draft hasn't even happened.
How
That
about
draft
that?
hasn't even happened, and they already booked the venue. Because Caitlin Clark is bringing eyeballs to the WNBA. So I hate to say this, all like Diana Taurasi and Brittany Stewart. I wouldn't even know who the hell you are anyway. Like, I really wouldn't. And I don't really like y'all. I'll sound like some whiny old hags to me. There's been great women for years in basketball. Yeah, but guess what? None of y'all attracted the eyeballs at Caitlin Clark. So quit. I can't say that word on the radio. Quit being such a terrible person and talking a bunch of ish about she's about to play with grown women. Look, everybody knows that she's not going to be playing against 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old women. That these are grown-ass women. And that they are pros, and they're the top 141 players in the world. But Caitlin Clark, if you look at her game, she can shoot from anywhere. She led the entire country in assists. She's got the most points in an NCAA tournament in history. Like, she's broke every damn record. She wins on every level. Her court vision is ridiculous. When she gets to the WNBA, she might not knock down 40 a night, but I bet you she's going to be getting everybody involved. She's going to lead the team in assists. She's going to hit a ton of threes. Her game will translate. And guess what? People actually might now start watching the WNBA. Thank you, Caitlin Clark. I mean, like Brittany Stewart and I can't remember the other lady who I didn't like either, just talking trash about her like, oh, you know, she's not a GOAT if she doesn't win a natty. I won 4 championships. Yeah, you went to UConn. You played with 4 other WNBA players. You just were the best WNBA player on your team. She went to Iowa. Only one other top 100 recruit on her entire team. Like, she took, like, hey, by the way, Brittany Stewart and Diana Taurasi, would you have, if you were at Iowa, would you have got 4 national championships? Don't think so. So quit peeing in Caitlin Clark's cornflakes. Does anybody still eat cornflakes? Is that still cereal?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a big cereal person.
I don't eat cereal neither, man. It's not good. Too sweet.
I mean, I like cereal. I don't really eat breakfast.
But enough about the women's game, even though now it's become very, very, very popular. I thought that was a little bit crazy. By the way, though, if Caitlin Clark, this is just one other side question. Is it actually good for the WNBA since these ladies are being kind of biatches? Because now there's a villain. Like, they have become the villain for all the eyeballs that have now. Like, I want to watch Caitlin Clark go drop 50 points on her face. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So you need, I guess, a villain because she's right now everybody's hero.
I guess so. Yeah.
Shoot, man. Like, I mean, I know more about Angel Reese, Cardoza, Caitlin Clark. I also know more about, you know, Gabby, the little girl with the pretty eyes. Brink, Cameron Brink from like Stanford. She's like tall as hell, but pretty. She's really tall. Heck, man. Haley Von Lith. Did you know she's transferring out of LSU?
She is. Yep, she entered the transfer portal. That was big.
Dude,
news.
I'm all up in this women's basketball, bruh.
How about that?
I know more right now about it than I do the WNBA, the NBA. Haven't been paying as much attention, but I will get back involved in all things NBA. So, Kentucky doesn't have a coach. We got a Masters going on. All kinds of great stuff. But we'll also, I don't know if you people realize, baseball is here. And the Yankees need some help pitching. The Braves need some help pitching. In fact, teams all over the place need a lot of help pitching, don't they?
They sure do.
But there are some lineups out there that are filthy. And the Braves last night, they lost. Do you know why they lost?
Their bullpen was bad.
Their bullpen was bad. Their starting pitching was bad. Their whole the whole night, their team couldn't pitch at the house. They were absolutely terrible. But the Braves still almost came back and won that game and scared the hell out of the Mets. Did you see they had bases loaded with 2 outs?
Sure did.
Down 1 run. That little Lopez guy wasn't looking good. The pitcher for the Mets, is that their closer? That's the
No, because Diaz is their closer, right?
Okay. Well, no, he's banged up.
Well,
I don't know.
Right, but I guess he's filling in right now. But
he's terrible.
He's not like they're straight up like we're gonna rely on.
Oh, I know. What I'm just saying, this guy is awful. Like, he was horrible. Also, man, like there was a bunch of bad pitching last night. That Braves team can flat out rake throughout the lineup. I mean, they had 12 hits, scored 7 runs. Problem was their team's pitching is terrible. You look at the Yankees right now. Soto's on fire.
Sure is.
You know he's about to get paid. Mm-hmm. New York's won 3 games in a row, and they're just crushing the baseball. They've scored 56 runs already. The Rangers, 58. The Braves, 63. And then this is the crazy one. The Pittsburgh Pirates have 66 runs on the season.
Wow.
Pittsburgh Pirates, by the way, are 9-2 and
Add
running
two more
away
to
with the
that.
Central. Oh, did they already score today?
They've scored 2 runs today. Yeah.
Oh, wait, who do they play in Detroit?
Detroit.
That game's already on, damn it.
Started at 11:30, so.
Oh, my
it's been on for
God.
almost an hour.
I missed a gambling opportunity.
Man.
You know what, man? I just am all drunk on basketball.
That's right. Coming on the come down from last night's national championship.
Yeah, not on the come down from that. That was kind of a boring game.
Wow.
But the Pirates, yeah, you're up 2-1 on the Tigers. But that O's team, they're actually been a little disappointing this year. And when did the Red Sox get good?
Well, that's a good question.
I think today's one of those days that you have to jump all over the Orioles against the Red Sox. Burns is pitching. They got Bello. Bello was their opening day starter for Boston. The dude doesn't have control. He can strike guys out, but he also when he can't find it on them, nibble those edges, he'll try to blast one right down the middle. And I don't know if you know, these guys can hit in the pros, and they're going to rake this kid. I love the Orioles and Burns today. That's only minus 130.
Yeah,
that goes at 110. That's a great game. That is a great game to take. And then there's a weird game. Please tell me that you've seen the line on the Marlins and the Yankees game.
Yes, I have, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Yankees minus 198.
How is that not more?
Well, that's a good question.
A.J. Puck is pitching.
Yeah, he's been bad. He's been really bad.
He's been really bad basically his whole career.
He has.
Like, this is a guy who is not going to go out there and instill a bunch of confidence in you. I feel like this is just one of those games where you got to parlay the Yankees with whoever the hell you're playing.
Yeah.
And have the Marlins won a second game this year?
No, they're one.
They're still looking for their
10.
second win of the year in baseball. Well, I have to say I'm down with it. And then yesterday you also had the Braves who were terrible against the Mets, and the Mets who were also just kind of terrible. You got Hauser and Lopez on the mound.
Yep.
I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, I'm staying away from the Braves for a minute.
And I will say, I don't know how the Phillies are only minus 135 today against the Cardinals. I know they're playing at Busch Stadium, but Zach Wheeler's on the bump. My man his ERA is 0.75, hadn't gotten any run support. This Phillies lineup is still loaded. The Cardinals, really, let's just be honest with you, like, they're not that good. Do you not like if the Phillies minus 135, is that too easy?
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, are you a Sonny Gray guy?
Season debut, you got to think coming off injury, he's going to be a little rusty.
That's what I was thinking. Well, we've been talking a little bit of baseball, but I got to tell you something very, very, very important. Today, it's kind of wet, it's kind of rainy, it's kind of chilly, but it doesn't mean that you can't have a fiesta in your house. On your way home, stop by, pick up a little dinner maybe. Stop by the liquor store and grab you a big old bottle of Tito's. Best spirit around. Go home and have a fiesta. Get down, party, enjoy yourselves. I also learned this. This is so amazing. Did you know that they came out? Couples that drink together. This is true. This is a scientific study. It was done over 150,000 couples for 15 years. They have proven that couples that drink together are happier, that are also healthier, they live longer, and they stay married. Now, almost 95% of couples that has one person drinking a cocktail and the other person doesn't drink, guess what happens? They end up divorced and unhappy. So turn it up. Turn that marriage into a fiesta party. Get you some Tito's. It's the best spirit around. It's crafted and distilled in the United States. It's USA vodka, man. It's also 6 times distilled. Then they still it in classic copper pots, old-fashioned style, small batches. Everything is just done meticulously and perfect, and it's so damn good. It's got a nice little flavor, slightly sweet with a black pepper note. It balances everything out. You can craft your cocktails at the crib. You can get them made at the bar. Or you can just drink it neat. Whatever you do, make sure you grab some Tito's. On the other side, we are going to have a little hardwood where it just feels so good. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
This is hard to believe, but the Hyundai Santa Fe is actually better. I know, that's crazy, isn't it? The 2024 Santa Fe is new, top to bottom, and even better than before. It's almost as big as the Palisade, so roomy, and now it's got a standard third row. Everybody's clamoring for that. And it's the best SUV when it comes to the ride than ever before. You know how with SUVs you love it because you're sitting high, but you don't get that luxury kind of ride like a sedan? You do with the 2024 Santa Fe. It's the best riding SUV ever, and it's quiet. It's the ultimate family car. All you've got to do to be sold is to test drive it. The people at Homer Skelton Hyundai are saying, come try it. You'll love it. Homer Skelton Hyundai, right at the corner of Highway 78 and Craft Road. First exit in Mississippi. Go see the ultimate SUV, the 2024 Santa Fe.
Everyone needs protection, whether you're on the field or on the road, so make sure you have the best. Bob Simpson State Farm Insurance can buckle you up with auto insurance, can back you up with life and health insurance, cover your business whether it's starting, growing, or maturing, and don't forget to insure your home, no matter if you're an owner or a renter. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call Bob Simpson today at 901-381-1233 or go online and get a free quote at bobsimpson.org. Stay protected with your good neighbor, Bob Simpson.
Napa Cafe celebrates 26 years in 2024. Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I want to thank you for making us part of your dining experiences. Treat yourself tonight with a delightful dinner. Maybe start with an appetizer like our baked sweet piquilla peppers stuffed with goat cheese and mozzarella, finished with basil pistou, and move on to one of our cozy dishes like the double chocolate stout braised boneless beef short ribs with tonkatsu sauce and creamy mashed potatoes, or a fresh seafood dish like our pan-roasted ginger buttered sea bass with cilantro soy vinaigrette. I get hungry just talking about it. Don't forget about dessert, our famous sweet buttermilk pie with brown sugar sauce, or drink your dessert with one of our signature dessert cocktails, like the lemon cheesecake martini, lemony, icy, frothy, and dusted with graham cracker crumbs. Napa Cafe, open Wednesday through Saturday for dinner starting at 5 o'clock. For reservations, visit our website at napacafe.com. Come join us as we celebrate 26 years of Napa Cafe. We can't wait to serve you.
Do you want a greener, more weed-free lawn? If you're like me, you can't stand the sight of dandelions, clover, or especially crabgrass. Hi, I'm Brandon Hawley, president of Lawn Solutions. We are your locally owned and operated weed control and fertilization company. We are also experts in disease and insect control on your lawn and landscape. Our uniformed technicians are full-time, year-round licensed and certified by the state of Tennessee. Lawn Solutions' personalized service is far more superior to that of national companies that promise but simply cannot deliver. We return phone calls, we keep appointments, and we want your business. What we will not do is bother you with endless phone calls or junk mail. Lawn Solutions will not sell you something your lawn doesn't need. If you're looking for a local lawn care company to kill your weeds and feed your grass, then Lawn Solutions is the finest. Call us at 867-5626. That's 867-5626. Or go online at lawnsolutionsinc.net. From our family to yours, we want to thank you for your business.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these bones.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. Man, it's a wet Tuesday. Tonight we have some Grizzlies basketball. Victor Wembanyama's coming to town. You got Boston and Milwaukee playing. I just love the Celtics. I feel like Holiday is going to go back to Milwaukee and just bust Dame Lillard's face. You know what I'm saying? Right now, Boston is a 2.5-point favorite over the Bucks. It was 1.5 yesterday. It's gone up a point. I think you're going to have to jump all over this. I got some great stories. I got, speaking of the NBA, I'm going to talk about Devin Booker's hair. I got OBJ and why he's not any good at football anymore. I found out the reason why. Like, I can literally go back to the exact day that OBJ became a bum. And if you look at his numbers, he's been a bum for a long time. I know, like, they were like, oh, he was going to have a great game in the Super Bowl. He was gonna. How do you know that? He got hurt. He did start the game off pretty decent. But we got also to talk about True TV. I found out what's on True TV after the ball game. Also, forgot to bring up Morgan Wallen. He's a country guy. He likes to get in a little bit of trouble. And we got Total Eclipse coverage yesterday, and I think the greatest story that happened out of the Total Eclipse yesterday happened in Mexico. So I'm going to tell you all that and so much more, but I do need to remind you, if you want to look good, you're going to need some nice clothes. Like, clothes make the man. Have you ever heard that? Clothes make the man. They also make the woman and the kids. Like, kids need to be looking good. You got to go to school. You don't want to get bullied. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you wear the same shirt every day, Jimmy. Nope, not anymore. Take your parents down to Frontier Western Store. They have kids. They have like a children's department. They got a ladies' boutique. They got a men's department. They got your whole family dressed from head to toe. They also have the largest boot showroom in the world. Western boots, work boots, dress boots, any type of boot. You name it, they got it. Frontier Western Store and frontierwesternstore.com. Let's go to Hardinwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
All righty. This is a little bit funny. So it's a little bit crazy. But I can tell you the exact time and day that OBJ turned into a terrible football player.
Okay.
So yesterday, for a little bit of time, people did not realize that a picture of OBJ looking directly at the eclipse, they thought that was yesterday. No, that was not yesterday. That was over 6 years ago.
2017.
That was 2017. At that time, the free agent wide receiver was a bit too curious, you could say. He looked directly at the solar eclipse. He put out a video of it. Didn't have any glasses. Watched the whole damn thing. Squinting and everything. You know it's not good to look at the sun, right? Bad for your eyeballs.
Very bad.
Well, if you think about it, all the way up until 2017, Odell Beckham was a Pro Bowler. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. 3-time. He averaged, during those 3 seasons, 1,300 yards. He averaged 12 touchdowns a season. And then he looked at the solar eclipse. Since then, he's gone for 635 yards and 4 scores per season since he looked directly into the sun. 0 Pro Bowls. Hell, last year in 14 games, he only had 556 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns. And then I saw something hilarious that people were like, oh, the Miami Dolphins are looking at OBJ. Bull. They got wide receivers. They don't need no OBJ. OBJ is washed up. There ain't no way. And I'm telling you, you go back to 2017, every single year before that Pro Bowl, my man stares right at the solar eclipse. You think it's a coincidence that he goes from averaging 12 touchdowns and 1,300 yards a season to less than 600 and 4 touchdowns a season? Nope. It's not a coincidence. It's the solar eclipse. Brian Dacus. You look for a second at the solar eclipse without your glasses. Are you going to now go straight down the tubes?
I think so, John. I think my life's over, honestly.
Do you think a lot of people actually looked at it without glasses?
I think some people did, yeah.
You think they're screwed?
You know what? I guess only time will tell. Certainly didn't work out for OBJ, though.
Nope, didn't work out. Ever since he looked at the solar eclipse, life has been pretty rough on him. And then, talk about rough. So, everybody that was like at home paying attention to like TV, all the news stations were doing solar eclipse coverage. I saw the worst solar eclipse coverage in the history of television yesterday on CNN. They had their two morning anchors. One was dressed as the moon and one was dressed as the sun. And then they're already kind of a little bit obese, you know what I mean? And it made them look morbidly obese on TV.
Interesting.
I'm like, bro, what are you pushing? Like stacks of like chunky people on TV wearing fat people suits? But that wasn't the worst coverage yesterday. I'm going to say it wasn't CNN's coverage with a man dressed as a moon and a woman dressed as the sun. It was in Mexico. It was at their station. This is really crazy. It was through RCG Media. I doubt they're laughing about the situation, but the internet's been having a whole lot of fun. So, during this Mexican TV station's solar eclipse coverage, it got totally nuts, we'll say. As in a pair of testicles somehow ended up on the broadcast. Now, you're saying to yourself, how do testicles get on the broadcast? So you have the news anchors at Mexico's RCG Media. They're commenting, and just as the eclipse entered totality, they're showing it. But then when it starts to go through its totality and the sun starts to peek back out, they went and decided, hey, all day long they asked for people to send their own personal coverage of the solar eclipse, which is dangerous for live TV.
Sure.
Because somebody out there ended up showing the eclipse coverage. And then all of a sudden, when the sun came back, the sun disappeared again. And then all you saw was the silhouette of testicles. I have to say, I think I know whose testicles they were. It has to be Tommy Lee's. That was a huge set. You remember Tommy Lee? Motley Crue, Pam Anderson videotape. Have you seen that sucker?
I have not, no.
Goodness gracious, God, go check that sucker out.
No, thank you.
but I mean, like that. You didn't see this yesterday on the X?
I saw it this morning on Twitter, but I didn't watch the video. I just read
It's hilarious. Like, it was so funny. Like, they're showing all these like videos of people like videotaping the solar eclipse, and then all of a sudden the next one that pops up, you're like looking at your television, and all of a sudden you're like, wait a second, what just plopped down in front of the sun and the moon? And it's, I don't know, man. Just, whoever sent that in, you're funny. I got a good laugh out of it, but I'm somewhat childish. Now, Morgan Wallen, I don't know if he's going to be laughing this much anymore. I mean, he got in trouble. Do you know what he did?
Yeah, he threw a chair off a balcony, like a
six-story balcony onto the street, and it almost hit two cops. You know why he did it?
I don't know. I'm sure he was messed up. I'm sure he was hammered.
Well, I mean, of course. Like, he was.
Right, but is that not the only reason?
No, it's not the only reason.
Okay, I
so my man's on the sixth story of a bar. He's drinking, he's celebrating, he's enjoying life. And then guess what? One of his buddies comes up and tells him that his ex-girl, the one that he loved so much, that left him, eloped and got married.
Whoa.
Bro, don't tell somebody when they're drunk that their damn ex that they're still in love with went and got married. You break that to them.
Wow.
Like right after they like have a one-night stand, or maybe they meet a new girl.
Sure.
Or you let somebody else break that news. You don't break it to them while they're inebriated. Hey, by the way, I know you're having a good time. Let me ruin your night for you. You know the ex that you're still in love with? She got married. They eloped tonight. Like, that's not a good friend, is it?
It's really not.
Like, if I find something out, like Melinda leaves you and goes and marries T-Money. Well, T-Money's already married. Brasky's already married. Red.
Okay.
Goes and marries my buddy Red. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to walk in here to work, and I might know it, but I'm not going to tell you, bro.
Good riddance to her.
She definitely doesn't listen.
No.
That's why I always apologize. I don't know when Chaz is listening or not. So I have to say sometimes I'm sorry. But yeah, man, Morgan Wallen, who threw the chair off the 6 stories, is now facing 3 felonies.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's wild.
Like, dude is in like, listen, getting a little slap on the wrist, a little misdemeanor, doing a little some, drunk and disorderly. You look past these things. When you get felonies, that's lawyer up, don't talk. You in some deep trouble, bro. You got a lot of work to do because you could be facing time. 3 felonies. Bro, how did Axl Rose get charged with any felonies when he caused that riot at a concert?
I don't think so, no. I have no idea.
There's been some crazy rock and roll stories back in the day. 901-360-8255, 901-360-8255. Morgan Wallen throwing a chair off is, it's one thing. Axl starting a riot at a concert's another. What's the craziest rock country musical act? What's the craziest thing that they've ever done? Oh, it's P. Diddy. Aside from P. Diddy, what do you got for me? P. Diddy's the worst.
Sure.
Now, this is also terrible. So, you know how hard it is? Every year we have to find out where True TV is?
Oh, yeah. We play that game every year with the NCAA tournament.
Do you know why we play that game?
Because nobody watches True TV.
Yeah, because our programming is absolutely terrible.
Huh.
After the national championship game, and I'm watching till one shining moment.
That's right.
Then I get up, go outside, walk my dog because I'm a good dog.
It was on True TV as well last night?
Oh, it was on True TV.
Interesting.
When I just say into
it came on True
the
TV.
game, when I just talk into my little microphone, not my microphone, but
your remote.
My remote, when I talk to my remote.
That has a microphone.
And I say it, UConn Purdue, and it switches to the channel, it switched it over straight to True TV.
Interesting.
But when I came back from my walk after I watched One Shining Moment, I walk in and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Impractical Jokers.
Nope, that was on the TBS or something. That was on one of them.
Interesting.
This was Stupid Pet Tricks.
Oh, no, you were watching TBS. Stupid Pet Tricks is TBS. You got him flip-flop.
No, because I was on the True.
No, because True TV is Impractical Jokers. I'm telling you. Because last night when I was watching on TBS, they were previewing Stupid Pet Tricks. They were running a bunch of ads, and they were after the... Maybe it was on both. I have no idea.
Maybe it was on both?
Maybe. But I know they were running ads of after the game, stay tuned for Stupid Pet Tricks or whatever.
And Sarah Silverman, you know who that is?
Yeah. She's the host of it.
the host of that bad boy. Which is crazy. And these are not... And the reason I'm bringing this to the air is, one, I love pets.
Sure.
But they had birds roller skating, which was not interesting. And then the grossest thing that I saw, a bird is
not... You don't think birds roller skating is entertaining?
Nah, not really, man. I mean, it basically took its little claws, put them on a little roller skate, and then just scooted them forward. It wasn't all that great, man. But the thing that got me disgusted is they brought a dude on who had pet roaches. I don't know if you know, but I think that is the nastiest thing in the history of the world. Roaches, to me, there's nothing scarier than a roach.
Yeah, I don't like roaches.
I mean, there's nothing in the world that I'm terrified of them. I think it's because I watched Rescue 911 when I was 6.
Sure.
And there was an episode that a roach crawled in a kid's ear. And he was freaking out and screaming because he could hear it crawling around in there.
Okay.
I have never been the same since.
I don't like that.
Ugh. I've had a lot of weird situations. I was in a class one time. Did I tell you about that? The desk that, how they have the guardrails in the desk? Back when I went to college, they had them. Do they still have those?
No, I don't think so.
But when you would sit down into your desk when you're in college, you have a...
Yeah, I had those desks in high school, yeah. I think they might have them in college, too. I don't know.
I was going to say, I know when I was there. It was so damn long ago, I can't remember. But a roach came crawling through the door. I freaked out so bad that I jumped up and I went to the right where the rail is.
Sure.
And I took the desk with me and 6 other students completely out, screaming like a woman.
Wow. Interesting. So you and
me and roaches we ain't
get
down.
Along.
But they raced roaches on Stupid Pet Tricks.
Wow, how about that?
And you know how you make a roach race?
I have no idea.
This is what I wanted to find out. How did this guy find out this is how you make roaches race each other? You take a feather and you tickle their butt. I'm sitting here watching Sarah Silverman tickle a roach's butt against some dude who has pet roaches, and it ruined everything.
Huh. Interesting.
And I couldn't turn it off. It was terrible. I was so disgusted that I just was like, what is going on?
Maybe that's what they need to do. It's so stupid and disgusting that people can't turn it off once they've started.
And I did tell you about Devin Booker. He's there's some stuff going around about Devin Booker. You know what I'm saying?
I do not know what you're saying.
A lot of people are saying Devin Booker has fake hair.
Oh, I saw that video. Give me a break. Go on Devin Booker. Didn't even look like Devin Booker. Hair looked like it, but good Lord.
I think it's hilarious. But I will tell you, it is not D-Book. You know how I know that?
How do you know it?
Because D-Book has his real hair. Because when he came in town playing, you know what I'm saying? He went to 901 Aesthetics. He saw my girl Lauren over there. He had his hair restoration treatment. They can literally have your own hair regrow. They take your blood out. They do some super dope stuff to it. Run it through like some transfusion thing. And then they shoot it back in your head. And it makes the follicles come back to life. Bing, bang, boom. You're growing hair. Now, that's probably not exactly how it really goes. But I'm not, the doctor. So you need to go to 901 Aesthetics. Again, 901 Aesthetics can help you with weight loss. They have those injections that you can get shot up. It's the summer. You want to look good? Lose a little weight so you can get out there on the beach and scope out the bikinis. Speaking of bikinis, do you know how nice and respectable men are? And we don't get the credit we deserve.
How's that?
A woman will wear a bikini.
Okay.
90% of her body is exposed, is it not?
That's right.
And we are so kind, we only looked at the clothed part. I mean, that's how classy men are.
I guess so.
That's what men do. But if you want to get to the beach and you want to look good, you might need a little weight loss. They can take care of you at 901 Aesthetics. Say you got a hairy back. Gross. They have laser hair removal. You got sunspots? Not anymore. They take care of those as well. Plus, they do Botox if you don't want lines. Man, don't let aging slow you down. Get your confidence back. Get a little Botox. Plus, they have Mother's Day is around the corner. You better get your wife, the mother of your children, something good. Get her a rejuvenating packet. Just get the whole package. Skincare, everything. Facials, they do it all. And again, they do hormone replacement therapy. At 901 Aesthetics, they will take great care of you. Again, 901 Aesthetics, where beauty meets wellness. Book your appointment today at 901aesthetics.com. And that's aesthetics with an A. AESTHETICS. 901aesthetics.com. Or you can call 901-221-1256. That's 901-221-1256. Again, 901 Aesthetics, where beauty meets wellness. We got to bet on some basketball. We got to bet on some baseball. I'm telling you who we're betting on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows, stay up to date with station events, and have chances to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ.
You've been having a good time at Mugshots Grill and Bar in Olive Branch. Soon you'll be having a good time at a brand new Mugshots. Mugshots Grill and Bar is opening their first Tennessee location at 656 West Poplar in Collierville, where you can try one of Mugshots' 19 specialty burgers, including the Mugshot Burger. Finish it in 12 minutes and it's free, plus you get a free t-shirt. So cheers to great food, good drinks, and fun company at Mugshots Grill and Bar, where you're always having a good time.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-529-2856. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-529-2856. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-529-2856. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. For affordable term life, call 800-529-2856.
The good folks at Wendy's have a revolutionary new product for you.
Introducing the new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. It's like a time machine that takes you all the way back to now, the year 2024. It's the classic creamy, orangey flavor you remember. Dare I say, it's new-timey. It's the flavor you grew up with, just all grown up. Head over to your local Wendy's establishment and get yours while supplies last. The new Orange Dreamsicle Frosty. Here for the now, for now.
Limited time only at participating Wendy's.
Around here at Wrangler, we are all excited for spring. The longer days, the warmer nights. When you've got your pick of shorts and jeans, either works just fine. Blue skies, open roads. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
The only power source capable of generating 1.21 gigawatts of electricity is a bolt of lightning.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy, Johnny Radio. It's been a very, very productive week already. I mean, Monday night's national championship. Hopefully you listened to me. You made a lot of money. It was I didn't get excited during the game, but I am excited that I have money. So I have money to bet today. I have a lot of money to bet today. So let's rock it. Let's fire. And I'm going to tell you right now, I love a baseball game that's getting ready to start. It is the Orioles and the Red Sox. You got 19 minutes before the first pitch. If you need to pull over and pull out your little gambling app, get on it and get down because the Orioles are now going to Boston. Did you know that today is Boston's opening day?
Is it really?
They've been on the West Coast. They started the season on a 10-game West Coast swing. They went 7-3 on that West Coast swing. They are opening up the crib. They're opening up Fenway Park today. It is opening season in Boston. I don't give a damn. Wrong team's favorite. Orioles minus 130. This is an Orioles team that's coming off dropping 2 or 3 to the Pirates, and that Pirates team has been hitting the cover off the baseball. This Orioles team is talented. This Red Sox team's been playing well above their head. And Bello, he might have been their opening day starter, and he is now their home opening starter, but I just don't think he's any good. I think he will be in a few years when he figures out how to pitch at this level. He's got the talent. When you watch him, you see the stuff. He just catches way too much of the plate. Doesn't quite have it all there. And that you're going to struggle against an O's team like that. So I'm telling you, in Corbin Burns, bro, this guy is filthy. Outside of Devers and Story right now, he's out with a separated shoulder. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
So, you're taking probably their second best hitter out of that lineup. How can you not rock with Burns? And especially this Orioles team that needs to get going because that Yankees team has started hotter than a firecracker. The O's won the AL East last year. Right now, the Yankees 9-2. They don't even have Garrett Cole yet. They're hitting the hell out the baseball. Boston 7-3. Orioles find themselves in third place. I feel like they got to get going right now, and I think they can take care of business today in Boston. At 110, I think you're getting great value, only laying 130. I love the Orioles. I like the Orioles just as much as I like. So one Boston team is going to be pissed today.
Mm-hmm.
Red Sox fans are going to be fired up. They're like, damn it, 7-3 on the West Coast, opening day, and you lose to a division opponent. Well, don't worry, Boston NBA fans. I think you're going to be really excited because Boston's on the road in Milwaukee. Holiday's coming out screaming. I think he is going to play some nasty defense. I think the Celtics are going to roll Milwaukee. Milwaukee has won one of their last 7 games, and that was the Atlanta Hawks. Did you know Milwaukee has lost to some of the worst teams in basketball of late?
Sure have.
Do you know one of them would be the Grizzlies?
That's right.
Like, that's embarrassing enough. They lost to the Grizzlies. They also lost to the Raptors and the Wizards. They got smoked by the Pelicans. They blew the Knicks down the stretch, just took care of them at their crib in their last game.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm telling you, only 4 games left. Milwaukee's going the wrong way. Do not jump on a car that's driving the opposite way in traffic. Boston, best team in the East. They're going to be in the finals, and you're going to make a lot of money. It's only -2.5. They win this game by double digits.
Wow.
Yep. Doc is terrible. Like, we can't say Doc's a good coach anymore. I don't know what it is. It ain't working. It didn't work in Philadelphia at the end. It's not working in Milwaukee. They were better under Adrian Griffin. Hell, they just didn't need to get rid of damn Holiday and bring in Dame Lillard because Lillard and Giannis ain't working. One might be on, but the other's off. It's not ever the both of them are going. Boston's going to blow the doors off of them. It's going to be I think it's going to be an easy win. And then the Grizzlies play the Spurs tonight. What was that?
I don't know, John.
You have no idea what that was?
I have no idea.
That kind of, was it a person?
No, it was something I guess I messed up, but I didn't.
Well, at least you didn't do what they did at RCG in Mexico.
Yeah, no, I'm not showing any testicles on
if you want to check those testicles out, you can find it on X.
Yeah.
You know, there was another funny thing with the solar eclipse I saw. I saw a bunch of funny things yesterday with the solar eclipse. But anyway, I got to get this. I don't have much time. I got to get out of here, people. I got to go do a little gambling again. Make sure you take the Orioles today against the Red Sox, starting in 14 minutes. And also, I just parlay them if you want with the Yankees. They're playing the Marlins in New York. AJ Puck is pitching, and he's terrible. Yankees roll. Lay the 200. Put a little afternoon parlay together. Baltimore, Yankees. Hell, throw in the Boston Celtics. Do a little 3-game action. Take them all individually. Let's make a lot of money. And we'll meet back here tomorrow. On Wednesday, we got Dustin Starr. I'm going to give away the last tickets I got to the Iron Claw. The story of the Von Erich brothers. But for Brian Dacus, I'm John Harden. Hope y'all enjoy your Tuesday. Get out there, make the world a better place. We're going to see you on the flip side. Peace.
You know, sometimes I wish I had a gun.
Well, I'm armed, but before I bought one, I still went to Top Gun Academy to learn to protect myself without a gun.
How is that possible?
Top Gun's personal protection training. It's perfect if you want to protect yourself without firearms.
I don't know.
And it's perfect if you feel the need to carry a gun for self-defense, because the last thing you really want to do is shoot.
That is scary.
Not at Top Gun. It's very comfortable, and you learn to load, handle, and shoot a handgun safely. Protect yourself. Go to Top Gun Academy. They're at 2770 Winton Road.
Replace your worn-out brakes and save now on Brake Best Select. Brake Best Select Pro are import direct brake pads and rotors only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly